Hi, people, how's it going? 10 p.m. in the UK. 10 p.m. 10 p.m. in the UK. Night time. So let's talk about melatonin, baby. Melatonin. Again, very powerful, very fucking powerful hormone. Extremely powerful and extremely important. Very important. And I'm making this video for me as much as anybody else, because I'm relearning. I'm coming back into all these habits, and I learn by fucking up and learning, getting reference experience, and then fucking up and getting reference experience. And I'm getting a lot with melatonin, so it is really important and super fucking powerful hormone. You know, if you think about hormones, they say, you know, testosterone, estrogen, melatonin. It takes, apparently, according to science, like a tiny bit, like 1,000th of a drop of blood of a hormone. I mean, it's a ridiculously small amount. As soon as that small amount of, like, example, melatonin gets in your bloodstream, it has a very profound effect. Hormones are one of those things that you need very little of, but once they get produced, like at the degree of like 1,000th of a drop of blood, I mean, it's ridiculous. Once they get into the stream, into the bloodstream, in that small quantities, they have such a massive impact for something so tiny. It's crazy. And yeah, Forest Man. So, okay, it's 10 p.m. in the UK. Let's talk about melatonin and why I want to talk about it again. It's kind of a repeat of my last video, what I noticed on my last video made of melatonin. That is, it's a hormone that they say is the sleep hormone, but it's way more than just a sleep hormone. It's an anti-cancer hormone. Your #1 anti-cancer agent, hormone, endogenously produced by your own body. It's also a master antioxidant, and I get that now. I understand why they call it not just an antioxidant, they call it a master antioxidant. I get it. I get why it's so powerful. It does the same things to me as aged urine drinking. The same thing. When I zip on aged urine, I start deep breathing. When I do grounding for 40 minutes at a time, I also start deep breathing. When I go on a fruit eating run, I also start deep breathing. When I fast, I also start deep breathing. Well, guess what? When I do the melatonin protocols, when I allow melatonin to rise in my body, and no, it doesn't happen by accident, because you have to do certain things to get the melatonin to rise. You have to, because we live in a society that poisons us against melatonin rising. So when you do the things, like where this, for example, yeah, when you do that, your melatonin will rise, and then you'll start deep breathing, just like I did again today. They say that melatonin starts at 8 p.m. And then it reaches its height at 2 p.m. but it starts at 8. Well, I watched TV today at 9 to 10, and I put this on, right? These are powerful, not just orange tinted for the blue blockers. These are cheap, but they're even more powerful. They're like completely red. They everything look red. Everything looks red. The whole screen looks red. It's hardcore. So it completely blocks out the blue light, which is awesome. That's what you need. But it's not the only thing you need to get the melatonin to rise after 8 p.m. or at a certain point. You need these on when looking at screens, lights, just normal fluorescent lights, especially with screens though. We talked about that. Blue screens are like mini suns. You don't want them on. You know, you want to protect your eyes. But for the melatonin to rise, you need to wear this. You also need your Wi-Fi off and your mobile phones off. EMFs need to be off at the time where you want to experiment, like I'm experimenting with. I'm going to make it permanent, but I'm experimenting with melatonin at the moment. So to do the experiment, after 8, buy some blue blockers, cheap on Amazon, turn your Wi-Fi off for an hour or so as a little experiment. Wait till 9, 10 p.m, 11 p.m. or something. And then for that hour, have no Wi-Fi, wear these, and watch as you start deep breathing. Very powerfully. It's very powerful deep breathing. Very powerful deep breathing. Very powerful. What is that? That's the melatonin's antioxidants. That's the holy trinity we should talk about, isn't it? That's the master antioxidant melatonin rising in your system. The electrons that are coming up. The electrons that mitigate the free radical damage, but also electrons that mitigate the what do they do again? Positive, negative ions from electrons from the melatonin. They neutralize the free radicals, and they also, when you're your negative ions go up, you alkalize and oxygenate. And that's the reason why you deep breathe when the melatonin goes up. It's because you're oxygenating your system. As soon as you put antioxidants in your system, you flood your body with antioxidants, you start oxygenating like crazy, then your breathing goes slow. More oxygen in the system means your breathing slows down. When your breathing slows down, welcome to true healing. Welcome. And because people are looking at blue screens without blue blockers and got their Wi-Fi, their cell phones on, they're not getting the deep breathing at night. They're not getting it. They're not getting it. And you need deep breathing at night. Because if we're going to talk about going back to nature, we were designed to deep breathe 24/7. And without trying. Listen to this. We were designed to deep breathe 24/7 without even trying. I'll tell you how. Because we were designed to live outside with the light, even cloud cover makes you deep breathe. Cool. Even under cloud cover makes you deep breathe. So therefore nature designed it for the daytime, so the sun's out for us to deep breathe. And then nature designed it, creator designed it so that our hormone melatonin could rise as soon as the lights go out. And we had no Wi-Fi, we had no blue screens. And then the melatonin would rise. As soon as the melatonin rises, then you get the electrons, you get the alkalinity and oxygen, and then you start deep breathing. So we were designed for this, man. We were designed to deep breathe 24/7 without even trying. Now we have to try. Now we have to do weird shit. We have no choice. We have to do weird shit because of we're living so against our nature. We're living so against, and people wonder why we get ill. Because we were designed to be deep breathing with the sun and with the melatonin nighttime 24/7, and now we're not. Now no one is, because now people don't even spend all the time outside. We have desk jobs. We hardly ever go outside anymore. Yeah, and at night time we look at blue screens and we don't wear these. We're forced to look at artificial lights. We've got the EMFs I've got on right now is stopping my melatonin. If you're being funny with me, you know, it's crazy. You know, you can breathe. I don't know. I always had the window open. There's some kind of Kevin. There's some kind of UVB gets blocked out with the lights, but UVA is let in. I know the infrared lights can penetrate glass, penetrate windows. So if you're worried about testosterone, if you're a guy, you can. If you're a guy and you're nude with the window shut, the testosterone levels will get charged up. So the infrared that penetrates, that makes the testosterone levels rise, and I rest this for women as well, the genitalia, the estrogen, testosterone levels for women as well, that will rise even through a window. Even through a window, the infrared light will penetrate, and it will give you, if you're naked, it will give you the red light, which helps with your testosterone levels if you've got your genitalia is exposed. But I don't know about all the spectrums of light. Always open the window a little bit. And the thing with the window opening is you can open it a little bit, and because it's a prism of light and multifactorial, it just spreads out and hits you, all the prism colours of light. So you only technically need to open it a little bit. Although it's better to open it a lot, it still gives you a lot of benefits to open it a little bit, because the light just spreads out. You know, light is crazy powerful. Crazy fucking powerful. But yeah, that's all I want to say. Oh no, melatonin. It's really powerful to deep breathe at night time. It's a pleasure, you know, to put these on, to watch, to do my normal activities at night, and still have these like really powerful I'm alkalizing, man. My body's alkalizing melatonin. It's oxygenating and it's getting loads of electricity, electrons. Master antioxidant. It's electron. This electricity. It's charging up the body, so it's healed. We were designed to be deep breathing 24/7, and that's one of the reasons why people get sick big time now. Huge reason why the normal people, apart from diet, apart from lack of exercise, apart from lack of grounding, apart from lack of sun gazing, probably the biggest reason, my bias at the moment, and you know, you shouldn't take everything I say like to words as dogma, but my bias at the moment is the reason why, one of the huge reasons why people get ill is because they're not producing enough melatonin levels at night time, because they're going to bed at like 12 o'clock, they're watching TV, the blue screens, so it's preventing the melatonin from rising. They're not got the blue blockers on, they've got the Wi-Fi on. Not only that, to go deeper with the melatonin, I've said this before, even if you did this, wore this, had the Wi-Fi off after 8, but you ate too much food that day, and you ate food at 8, 6, 7 too late, that will also stop the melatonin. The body won't produce melatonin if you're too full, you eat just before, you eat at night time, and you've got too many calories in you, you won't do it either. And it produces more if you fast, more melatonin, and also, yeah, if you fast, it'll produce more. And the one I found for me that's working at the moment is eating 1 meal a day at about 12, 1 o'clock. So now at 8 o'clock, when it does rise, I've not eaten for 7 hours. Yeah, so that's why it rises for me. So you think you're doing well with your blue blockers and your sorry, your artificial lights, but you're not. You need to also think about food and how much you're eating. And that goes to show as well that the whole food thing to me is really powerful, because that kind of proves to me that the body it's all powerful, but food gets in the way of us producing not just hormones, but in my opinion, vitamins and minerals. Our body produces this stuff, vitamins and minerals and hormones. It's a fact. I believe this 100%. Our body produces a lot of these vitamins and minerals and hormones, but we get in this way with food. Food gets in the way of our body producing stuff like melatonin. Food gets in the way of us producing our maximal amounts of testosterone. Food gets in the way. Apart from fruits, I mean, but come on, who here's eating fruits 100%? I don't know many people, you know, on my Facebook that are eating fruits 100%. Respect if you do. And even if you do, if you're not doing the melatonin thing, and you're working late at night at 2 a.m. till 2 a.m. With the lights, not putting your blue blockers on, you're missing out. You're missing out, even if you are healthy and on fruits. You're missing out if you're not focusing on melatonin. Because, like, nature designed it, like I said, for us to deep breathe with melatonin. Didn't design us to deep breathe with fruits at night time, because we're not supposed to eat any food at night time, in my opinion, even fruits. When the sun goes down in nature, you're not supposed to eat, because there's no food to pick, is there? Like, we're designed to look for food in the daytime and not at night time. So yeah, okay. Anyway, that was my semi-rant kind of information on melatonin. It's so awesome to deep breathe. And when you deep breathe and you flood your body with electrons with melatonin, you also alkalize like crazy. And that's how you get healthy. And that's why people they're not getting the melatonin levels sorted. They don't give a shit. They haven't learned enough about melatonin and wearing blue blockers and taking light seriously. Light therapy, yeah. And fake lights and protecting your eyes from fake lights so your body can produce its own endogenously awesome, all-powerful hormones. And on that note, start wearing your blue blockers, people. Start buying this shit. This costs £5, man. Like, start experimenting. And you know, another one you could do, even if you don't have to wear this, how about people go back to bed at like 10 p.m. if you can? I know, guys, we got jobs and all that shit, but if you can, try and push your lifestyle towards going to bed at 10 p.m, 9 p.m. Because then you won't even need to wear shit like that. You won't even need to wear shit like that if you go to bed at 9, 10 p.m. Because then it'll be dark, and hopefully you know that you need to turn your Wi-Fi, your cell phone off. There'll be no blue lights. At 10 o'clock, the melatonin will rise. Hopefully you've got curtains so you can't see too much of the street lamps and stuff. And if you have, you can buy curtains that black out. That's a really good tactic as well. And blindfolds, take an extra step further. Why not wear blindfolds as well? Go to bed at 10 o'clock, wake up with the sun. Your body is going to crazy amplify its melatonin at that point, and then you're going to oxygenate and deep breathe for the whole entire night. Whilst the melatonin just goes crazy high, peaks at 2 o'clock. That's fucking crazy, man. It's crazy when you focus on melatonin. And this is another reason why people that go to bed early with nature are really super fucking healthy. Because their melatonin levels are really fucking high. They've not fucked it around by watching blue screens and needing to wear this shit. They've just focused on, you know, not accidentally, they're just living by nature. Nature heals them. And they're deep breathing like crazy and alkalizing whilst they sleep. How cool is that? Deep breathing and alkalizing, oxygenating, and giving myself electric energy to heal whilst I'm sleeping. It's fucking crazy. Crazy fucking shit. Alright, okay, on that note, buy some blue blockers and try it out, man. And focus on melatonin. Because nobody talks about it in the fucking health community. Fucking no one talks about it, man. Everyone's all about fruits and fasting and where's my light therapy? Come on, where's the power of the human body by itself? Where's the love for the human, what we can create, coexist within our own human body, what it can make? It's crazy powerful. I love the biases I've got. I fucking love it. Alright. On that note, peace, and thank you very much, guys, for watching. Who's watching? Sarah, Kevin, AJ, Jan. Alright, take it easy.